Welcome back. Now, some MK veterans will be protesting at the head office of the Department of Military Veterans in Pretoria today to raise concerns about the database verification protest. Disbanded uMkhonto with Sizwe Military Veterans Association former spokesperson Carl Niehaus has written a formal complaint to the Defence Ministry relating to the way interviews of military vets of MK were conducted last week. To tell us more about this and the process, we're speaking to the Department of Military Veterans DG, Irene Mpolweni, and I think actually the protest, DG, was actually yesterday, I believe. But what's your response as the department in terms of what Carl Niehaus has said about the process of vetting the military vets?
Good morning, and good morning to the viewers. In terms of the march, indeed the march was yesterday on the 18th, on Friday, and we did have marchers coming to the department, and they had issues and concerns in terms of the verification process. They presented to us a memorandum, of course, where they listed 4 areas that they needed us to look into in terms of the verification process. The critical area that they highlighted was the issue of being handled when they come into the verification process. Indeed, there is a process of applicants that is put in place by the department in order to receive the applicants, and the marchers were unhappy about the way they were received at the venues where they have to take on the interviews.
Now, when it comes to the actual process of it, do you mind sharing with us what kind of questions are asked in the verification process? Because it seems Mr. Niehaus and others are saying that the line of questioning is unfair, and that's how he allegedly failed the verification process.
The line of question is asked to all the applicants. Some of the questions that will be asked is where were you trained and who was your trainer? And also some of the questions that would be asked is to try and understand the people that were with you. And of course, you need to explain also where were you trained exactly. The questions will be the same in terms of the standard, but also so that the applicants don't share the questions will definitely be asked in a different way a little bit, but still the standard is the same.
Now, some people would say that government has left, this process for far too long. It should have been a vetting process that was done a long time ago. What's your response to that, especially because some people feel as though military veterans do, of course, get some incentives, etc., and there might be government money that went to the wrong people?
The process is just not started now. It started in 2013. And it also continued up until 2015. Due to the march that was done by the military veterans in November 2020, the process was done through the presidential task team, which established about 7 work streams. And one of the work streams was the verification work stream, to allow some of the military veterans to come and apply so that they can be able to be beneficiaries to our benefits in the department. And this is the second process that is happening now, to allow all the applicants that have put in their applications to come and be verified so that they can be participants to our benefits. The department is providing 11 benefits to the military veterans.
Talk to us about accountability for the individuals, for instance, or people who allowed them into the system. Some of them benefited, like I said earlier. There are people that you would find benefited maybe, but they were not supposed to, because you realize during the vetting process that they are actually not considered or do not fall under the category of a military veteran. Your Carl Niehaus, for instance. What type of accountability will come in after finding out that they, in fact, were getting, were benefiting from a system that they were not supposed to be benefiting from?
Currently, as you have said, that the database verification, the verification part, in addition to that, the department is automating the systems to ensure that we verify even those that were not supposed to be getting our benefits. So the system is also going to be introduced and loaded, and all military veterans who have applied and who are part of our database will be screened also through the system. Therefore, it will allow those that were not supposed to be benefiting. The system will definitely ensure that they're taken out through that process.
But what happened to, for instance, what happens if somebody has already been benefiting maybe for a couple of years, etc., and then the verification process only, shows now that that person was not supposed to benefit? What happens with accountability in a case like that?
Of course, a process will be put in place to ensure on how we are going to deal with those that have been benefiting and they were not supposed to be getting the benefits of the eligible military veterans. And we are looking at ensuring that as the system is going to be cleaning most of those, we are going to be having a process of ensuring that they're able to be accountable because they might have not been having to have the benefits that they received in the past.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Irene Mpolweni. She is the Director General of the Military Veterans at the Department of Defense.